In a quiet little town, nestled among rolling hills and streets lined with old oak trees, lived an elderly woman named Alara. Her hair was the color of silver moonlight, and her eyes held the wisdom of 90 long years. Every evening, as the sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Alara would take a slow, deliberate walk to the town's small park. It was a daily ritual, a quiet moment to feel the day's last warmth on her skin and watch the world settle into slumber. Her steps were careful, her pace unhurried, a testament to a life lived fully, but now moving at a gentler rhythm. One evening, as she was making her way home, a shadow detached itself from the twilight. It wasn't a threatening shadow, but a soft, four-legged one. A stray dog, with a coat the color of toasted caramel and eyes as deep and brown as a forest floor, had appeared by her side. He didn't bark or jump. He simply fell into step with her, his presence a silent, comforting hum. Alara, surprised but unafraid, looked down at him. He met her gaze with a quiet intelligence, then looked ahead as if to say, "Don't worry, I'm with you." From that day on, he was her steadfast guardian. He would wait for her at the park's entrance every single evening, his tail giving a gentle thump-thump against the ground when he saw her approaching. He never followed her into her home, respecting an invisible boundary, but he walked beside her every single step of the way back. He matched her slow pace perfectly, never rushing, never lagging. If a car turned a corner too quickly or a bicycle whizzed by, he would subtly position himself between Alara and the perceived threat. A low growl rumbling in his chest, a silent warning to the world. He was her unspoken protector, her furry knight in slightly scruffy armor. The townspeople started to notice. They'd smile and wave, calling out, "There goes Alara and her guardian angel." They named him Leo, for his lion-like courage and loyalty. Children would leave out bowls of water for him along the route, and the local butcher would often accidentally drop a piece of sausage when Leo passed by. He became a part of the town's heartbeat, a living story of devotion that unfolded on their streets every evening. Leo never sought anything in return. He wasn't looking for a home or a constant source of food. His reward seemed to be the simple act of ensuring Alara made it home safely. One winter, a heavy snow fell, blanketing the town in a thick, white silence. The paths were icy and treacherous. Alara, bundled in her thickest coat, hesitated at her door. The walk seemed too risky, but as she peered out her window, she saw him. Leo was there, sitting patiently in the snow, his body dusted with white flakes like a sugar-coated statue. His gaze was fixed on her door, a silent promise in the freezing air. Seeing him, Alara felt a surge of courage. She wrapped her scarf tighter and stepped outside, her hand steady on her walking stick. That evening's walk was the slowest they had ever taken. Leo didn't just walk beside her, he guided her. He would nudge his nose against her leg to steer her away from a patch of black ice. He would stop and wait, his body a solid anchor, as she navigated a particularly slippery curb. He was her eyes and her stability, a living, breathing guide through the winter maze. When they finally reached her doorstep, he licked her gloved hand once, a rare and profound gesture of affection, before turning and disappearing into the snowy twilight. Years passed. Alara grew frailer, her walks shorter, but Leo was always there. He was older now too, his muzzle frosted with grey, his steps a little stiffer, but his loyalty never wavered. He was a constant in her life, a symbol of a connection that needed no words. He wasn't just a stray dog, he was family. He was the keeper of her twilight walks, the silent witness to her final, golden years. He showed an entire town that sometimes the greatest love stories aren't about grand romantic gestures, but about the quiet, unwavering presence of a friend who walks you home every single night, just to make sure you're safe. Their story became a local legend, a gentle reminder that kindness and loyalty can be found in the most unexpected of places. It taught us that you don't need a shared language to communicate love, and that sometimes the most profound bonds are forged in the quiet moments on a slow walk home. Leo, the stray dog, was more than just a companion. He was a lesson in unconditional love, a four-legged angel who appeared when he was needed most. Thank you so much for watching, and sharing this moment with us. If this story touched your heart, please consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel for more tales that warm the soul. We'll see you in the next one.